Step 3, gather up all the assets. Now, this is what probably takes one of the longest amounts of time when you're, probating somebody's estate. Is now you become somewhat of a detective. If the person was well organized, maybe they had a nice notebook and they put all their important information in the notebook so you didn't have to go searching, that's great. But if they didn't, or even if they did, you have an obligation to find all of the decedent's assets. How do you do that? Well, you're going to look through their mail. And if this was a single person, you are going to go to the post office and say, please redirect their mail to my address. You're saying this because the decedent's no longer receiving mail where they used to live. You're redirecting that mail to you as a personal representative. Why? Because if there are bills that come in, you'll get them. If there are statements on life insurance policies, you'll see them. Basically you're getting that person's mail and you're going through it to see what's important. That is for what happens after their death, but go back through all of their records they kept. Find what you can find. There's also a way to agency or websites that you can research life insurance. Did the person have any life insurance? You're going to be looking to see, do they get statements from, any retirement, investment accounts? Another good place to find out information is to look at their tax returns from past years. And if they didn't have tax returns, that's kind of a red flag to say, ooh, should they have filed tax returns? And if they didn't, is there tax liability? Because if there's tax liability, you as a personal representative need to make sure that past taxes are paid, current taxes are paid, and if it's a large estate, that estate taxes are paid. So when it comes to that bit of the role that you're playing on with regard to taxes, you might want to work with a CPA, a certified public accountant, to make sure you do your job correctly. Other assets you're looking for, well, obviously you're looking for real property, where their house is. You're looking for, any deeds they might have for other properties, titles to cars, vehicles, and such. Other assets you're looking for, think about all the stuff that's in their house. If they filled out what's called a personal property list that accompanies their will, they may have filled out something that says this diamond ring goes to so-and-so. This silver goes to so-and-so. There could be a list that you're going to be following to divide up that personal property based on where the decedent said they wanted it to go. So this part of the job is making sure you know what all the assets are, and then you're putting them in a list, an inventory. And what you're doing is you're saying, this is the value of the asset as of the date of death. Now, how do you know what that is? For personal property, it's not so important because unless it's like an investment type, art or something. But if you're saying, well, what is this house worth? If you're going to sell the house, that's going to tell you what the house is worth. If you're not selling the house, let's say you're in a situation where, the decedent was your mom, you're getting the house, you're going to keep the house, you're going to live in the house. You're going to want to get what's called an appraisal of the house. Why? Because especially with property that appreciates, that goes up and up in value, especially depending on where you live, you're going to want to know that, okay, well, mom bought the house 50 years ago for $20,000, and when she died, it's now worth $800,000, because you want to receive the house at that $800,000 level. Because let's say you decide to sell the house yourself later, you don't want to pay capital gains, and the tax laws are very favorable to people who inherit property. There's an adjustment in the tax basis up to the fair market value, but you got to prove it. How do you prove it? You prove it through an appraisal if it's real property. So valuing the property, valuing the assets, gathering them up, totaling them is really important. That is step 3.